I I wasn't. Definitely was not one of those. It's like, oh, the game's dying. No, it's not. They just introduced X-Men. There's plenty of
Yeah.
steam left in the engine. My question is just the radio silence. Was that my theory is that was somebody at Asmodee, so some higher up. Maybe they
Yeah.
wanted to focus on Star Wars Unlimited or whatever. And I really got to believe FFG people, the marketing folks, and Tony and Caleb and the rest were like, we want to tell people about the stuff coming up. Can we do it? Nope, no, you can't.
um,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
so I started the stream and because like I really don't have this all nicely configured, so I'm kind of just janking it out there. But let's let's start it off here. So thank you everybody for kind of tuning in. I got some awesome content creators, which I will put a link in the description of this video of their channels. We got Late Night Gaming and Night of the
Hello.
Living Card Game. So they're both Marvel Champion content creators. And we're here tonight to try an expert campaign run with the new expansion, Next Evolution. That being said, why don't we go to Late Night and then Night of Living Card Game and just give us your who you're playing and maybe the deck that you're running.
Sure.
So I see Late Night, you're going with an OG X-Men over there.
I am. I am using Gambit, and the reason for this was, well, first of all, I'm going to be playing Domino tomorrow night when we start our Monday Night Marvel campaign. So I figured I would let Maka go ahead and run Domino, and you wanted Cable. And I figured I will run Gambit because in the comics, Gambit is actually the reason why the Morlock siege happened. He led the Marauders to the Morlocks, and then when he found out that they were going to kill them all, he decided, no, not gonna partake in that, and left. So I thought it would be good to have him go ahead and join the fight against them instead.
Yeah, I like
The deck
Gambit.
I'm using is going to be aggression, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Gambit is mad.
Gambit is a lot of fun. And you know, I know when he came out, I was really surprised, like, because you know what is a lot of the fun for me is like, because I grew up with these heroes, right, in the comics, but a lot of fun for me is like trying to figure out how they're gonna make him in this game. You know, how is he gonna play the mechanics and everything,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I like what they did with him. You kind of get those Black Widow vibes a bit, but a different type of espionage, you know.
Hmm.
And then Night of the Living Card Game. Nice to have you on. This is going to be your first time on my stream, and you're playing Domino.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm doing a Domino Justice deck, so it's it's very similar to her precon, but I took some things and tweaked it a little bit. Pulled in some stuff, changed a couple things around, but for the most part, you know, it's Domino, so it's gonna be swapping cards in and out and looking for wilds and doing all bunch of crazy stuff.
Awesome. Uh, yeah, and basically I gave a shout out today, and two awesome Marvel Champion content creators answered my call. So we're here, and I'm playing Cable, and this will be a very first time for me playing Cable. Now, I did go to Marvel DB, and I did choose to basically download Journeyman's Cable leadership deck. So he's also a well-known sort of deck builder, and I think he just started doing his own YouTube channel too for Marvel Champions. But yeah, I'm running his. I'm running his. Basically, I think he calls it the Technicolor Cable or something like that. But I'm basically running his deck, and looks really fun. So we're going into sort of the first scenario, And I'm just gonna move my keyboard a bit. So again, I've not. I literally sleeved everything, and I gathered you guys today. So I did briefly look at just like the campaign sort of kind of rules in that. It looks pretty straightforward. I don't think there's like in the X-Men one, there was like you got to be certain brawler, defender. There's not that in this. It looks to be more kind of straightforward, but they did sort of introduce these player side schemes basically more into the campaign feel of it. Because it says campaign player side schemes. During the next evolution campaign, the player select a campaign specific player size scheme. So it's this unique campaign player size scheme. These player size schemes each have a different campaign environment on the back. So I guess when we complete it, then we get like a buff or something on when we flip it over. The campaign environments provide a bonus when they are earned by defeating the player side scheme. On the reverse side of the card, these bonuses carry over into each successful scenario. Wow. So really, I guess you really want to get those campaign player side schemes done because they carry over.
Yeah.
If players do not defeat the chosen player side scheme by the time they win the scenario, the card is removed from the campaign and cannot be chosen again. Okay, so okay. Each of these player side schemes also adds a specific encounter card, and I guess that is dictated on the back of this sheet. So as a group, we're going to pick the player side scheme that we want, and then there is an encounter card that is involved with it. That being said, that is pretty much the main mechanic, I think, in the campaign. Go into scenario 1. There's some interesting art here. So it looks like our team is in space, and then they get a distress call. Hope needs help, and Cable and the crew are on their way. So basically the Morlocks are in trouble. The flavor text says, the Morlocks, a group of shunned mutants living in an exile in forgotten tunnels beneath New York City, are under siege by the mutant mercenary group known as the Marauders. Hope Summers, member of the X-Men and adopted daughter of Cable, was checking on the Morlocks in the wake of recent Sentinel attacks when Marauders came knocking. You leap into action to fend off the Marauders to save the Morlocks. Okay, so it's interesting. Again, I haven't played this scenario. My guess is it's going to play kind of like Sabretooth a bit, maybe, but I could be wrong. But it sounds like we have to sort of defend the Morlocks. And up here you can see we've got these like Morlock dudes. But Late Night, you have played this scenario, right?
Yes, just this one though, on standard.
Okay. So I do have the main schemes and the counter decks gathered. Now it talks about multiple villains. Morlock Siege has 7 different villains, which are up here. Only one villain will be in play at a time, but the order is random, so players never know who will appear next. In order to win the scenario, the players must defeat 3 of these villains. Knock Knock instructs players to put routed environment card into play during setup. So let's just take a look at that. So we've got routed. So routed says we're doing an expert. It says cards under here are not in play. The villains gain retaliate 1 for each card under here. So are you saying like basically if there was like 4 cards under there, the villain has 4 retaliate?
Yeah, that's what it says. But you won't ever have that many.
Yeah, right. So there's a force response that says after the villain is defeated, put it under here. Discard each minion that shares a trait with the top villain. So discard each minion. So where are we discarding the minions though? Oh, underneath here?
No.
There are minion versions of the villains.
Yeah.
So if a minion is out
Oh,
and a villain pops up, you discard that minion.
Okay,
you
I got
don't-
it. I got it.
Don't have two of them out.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. Then it says discard each minion that shares a tile with that top villain of the villain deck. The villains activate against each player in player order. So basically, when we knock a villain out, we get the next villain, and if that villain of the minions out, it gets discarded, and it also activates.
Yep.
That's what I read. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Now the question is, if there's no minion that's out that gets discarded, does the villain still activate as well, like the new villain that comes in?
I don't think so.
Oh, see, I played it as it does. That they always activate, regardless of whether there are minions in play or not.
The only thing, I think you're right, because it's broken up in sentences. There's no arrow.
Mhm.
I guess if there was an arrow saying, like, discard each minion that shares a title with the top villain, and then arrow, the villain activates against each player in player order. So yeah, I think the new villain comes in hot regardless. Okay, so that's interesting. And the standard version, is it a little bit different? Let's just look at that.
I think it's just they don't get the retaliate.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, so no retaliate. All right, so we just got to be mindful of, pay attention to the retaliate, and
what campaign side scheme do we want?
Right. So yeah, I'm glad you talked about that. So let's look at our choices. We've got, so I'll read some of them to you. Assemble the team. I think there's quite a few. Prepare defenses, practice maneuvers, mission prep, gear up, establish safe house. I'll quickly just tell you what they give so you guys can decide. When team assembled is completed, right, here you go. So this is one. Enters play with one assembly counter on it. Remove one assembly counter from here. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally with a printed cost of 3. So it's kind of like, what's that? That other player side scheme that this basically gets you, allies in your deck.
Like the leadership one, I think.
Yeah, so when you complete prepared defenses, each hero gets +1 defense and retaliate 1. So, and then we've got this one called practice maneuvers. That one's reduce the cost to play each event with a printed cost of 3 or more by 1. So it's like a economy type of environment. Then you got mission prep. That one says enters play with 1 prep counter on it. Remove 1 prep counter here. Each player searches their deck discard pile for 1 upgrade with a printed cost of 2. So it's gonna kind of help you build, I guess, get your key upgrades in. And then you got geared up. Geared up is you get 1 pouch counter on it. Remove 1 pouch counter from here. Each player shuffles 1 copy of the pouches. So yeah, so basically if we get that one, then we get the pouches, which is a double wild, which Domino is gonna love that.
Yes, Domino would love that.
And then finally we've got this one called Safe House. So Safe House is enters play with 1 Safe House counter on it. Remove 1 Safe House counter from here. The first player puts Safe House support into play under their control. So what does it do? Remove 1 Safe House counter from here. The first player puts the Safe House support into play.
So there's a Safe House support, I think.
Yeah. It
comes in then.
That goes with it. Okay, so this is what it's tied to. So you get alter ego action. So you have to be an alter ego to use it. You can draw a card, heal 2 damage from identity. Okay, so that's really strong. That's also a really strong card. Okay, guys. So what's your What's your choices? Do you want to go with the pouches so Domino can kind of go crazy?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that. I do like the safe house one though, just for potential future reference too, because just getting a free 2 heal anytime you flip down is pretty strong.
I'll vote for safe house. What about you, Late Night?
I think I was torn between safe house and the defensive one.
Okay, so yeah, let's go with safe house then. So we're gonna choose safe house. Safe house is gonna be linked to. I'm just. Where? Okay, there it is. Vanisher. So Vanisher is a minion that has Surge. So he's a 1/1. When revealed, return the support you control with the highest cost to your hand. Ooh, that is nasty. Boost ability, return the support you control with the highest cost to your hand. So that is a pretty nasty card. But now, does he go into the counter deck right away, or only when we complete the campaign size game?
I believe he goes in right away.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Take the encounter card listed in the campaign log in the same row as the chosen player side scheme and shuffle it into the encounter deck.
Got it.
That's that for that.
Now, how do the Morlocks work here? So let me see.
Morlocks aren't in play yet. The Morlocks, and there's a treachery called Hide. Those stay out. Those are out until we get to 2A.
Okay, so let's read the setup card. It's called Knock Knock. It says, put the routed environment into play. We did set the hide, treachery in each Morlock ally aside. Okay, so let's find hide. So there's one, and I'm gonna set all of them, right? Okay. Oh, there's only one. I thought there would be more. Okay. Set the hide treachery in each Morlock ally aside. This is, if you're wondering, let me see. The villains, shuffle the villains together without looking. So I'll do that to create the villain deck, and the top card of the deck is in play. Okay. This is the hide treachery that's set aside. Surge, when revealed, give one Morlock ally a tough status card. Boost ability, give one Morlock ally a tough status card, give the villain one additional boost card. Okay, so those are set aside basically. Okay, fine. We flip this over. So Knock Knock has a force response. Oh my gosh, it's like an earthquake. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 knock counter here. If there's 3 knock counters here, advance to stage 2A. So basically that's gonna pop off after 3 rounds.
Yep.
Like you can't stop that. Okay. If there are 3 villains under routed, the players win the game. Okay. Cool. So basically it could pop off by them doing 6 times 3 or getting 3 of those counters.
Mm-hmm. So by the 3rd round, villain face, it should pop.
Okay, so 18's the cap. Starts 3 on there. All right, guys, I'm going to shut my eyes and I'm going to just shuffle these cards. And boom, and we're getting Arclight. So this is the first villain. It's on expert, so it's B. It's 2/2. She has an asterisk for attack. Force interrupt. When Arclight attacks you or your ally you control, we have to do either confuse the character you control with the highest thwart, or Arclight gets +2 attack. Ooh, that's pretty nasty. Okay, but I don't think there's that much overkill in the deck, right? So Okay, so we're gonna shuffle everything together now and kind of start our game here.
She only has 30 health.
Right. Thank you.
Doesn't she
Oh,
have
wait.
39? Because we're on expert.
39. Yeah, expert side.
Oh,
I looked at the wrong side of the card.
all right. So I guess the player campaign size scheme comes into play at the start.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got 12 on it. Okay. The safe house is to.
We can actually do our part.
All right. Who wants to go first? Should Cable go first since I'm the leadership player?
Yes. Why not?
Okay.
Lead the way.
Just giving this a good shuffle. Okay, we're shuffled up, and I'm going to take my deck out. Oh, obligations all have to go into the encounter deck. I will quickly do that. So, cables, gambits, and dominoes. Okay. Okay, those get shuffled into the counter deck. So routed, the only cards that really going underneath routed are the villains we defeat. Right? Yep. Okay. Does that include the minion villains or just the villain?
Like just the villains.
Right, okay. Cool. All right. Get my Cable, and then so Cable has some interesting tricks. So after I deal my hand, I can do a setup, and I search my deck discard pile for a player size game. Well, I'm gonna see what I draw first, and then we'll figure out. And I think I said it in the beginning of the stream, but I'm running Journeyman's Leadership Cable deck on Marvel DB. Okay, so let's go. Here's my Cable dude, and draw up to 6. All right, so I got a Mind Scan. I think that's a really nice one to get because it allows me to maybe tackle a player size scheme right off the bat. Probably mulligan Blast. We don't need damage. Ask Canny Sun. What is this? Hero response after you defend against enemy attack. So it's an upgrade. I can spend a power, move threat from a scheme equal to your hero's thwart. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I want to keep that. Force amnesia. That allows me to kind of put size schemes in the victory display. Okay. Uncanny X-Force, I definitely want to keep that. So, maybe I want to.
The Uncanny X-Force.
Yeah.
Is not too great in this one.
Wow.
because each of your characters has to have the X-Force trait, and when you reach the second stage, you won't have that.
Yeah, Morlocks aren't X Factor or X Force.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. So that's kind of a useless card then. Okay, so I'll mulligan that, and yeah, we'll mulligan 4, and I'll draw 4. Okay, so I got my call for backup. The question is, with 3 players, that goes to 9. With mind scan, I'm doing 3 plus cables 2, so that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, so 4 left. You guys could probably finish that off, right?
I have a thief extraordinaire.
Yeah, I should be able to
I
do a
can
little
charm the
thwarting.
pants off somebody.
All right. Okay, so for my setup, guys, so I'm using Nathan Summers. His setup, I'm gonna search for a size scheme just to use it as a resource, basically. And I guess I'll just grab lock and loaded.
No, you put it into play.
Oh, I put it into play. Ooh, okay. So maybe, establish perimeter. That would be maybe a good one to put into play. That gives us all a tough. Yeah, I think I'll. That might be the call, right, guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we're gonna basically put into play establish perimeter. It's 2 per player, so 6, and it's gonna give everybody a tough. Oh, but you know what? Cable's Techno Virus Purge. That doesn't go up on player count. So
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
but I don't. But we can't thwart that one. I think.
yeah, but I
No,
can
say.
It's all
I-
can.
but I can take care of it. It's only 5, and I have 5.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to do that move. Apologize, guys. So yeah, just for people, kind of, because they're probably not familiar
I was
with all
gonna
these
ask,
cards.
but I thought maybe you just didn't want to.
No, you know what? First time playing Cable, so I'm kind of a newbie here. But so yeah, we want to get this. I want to get this out because once I put in the victory display, I get +1, +1, +1, thwart attack and defense. Also, I gain the psionic trait. So yeah, so we're gonna actually use that as my setup ability, and that comes in. So that's 5 on it. All right, and then everything else gets shuffled. So I'm going to then, and you guys are all, you got your cards?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm going to flip to Cable, and I'm going to do 1 resource, 2 resource to do mind scan. So that's going to just remove 3 for me because I have nothing in the victory display. So I remove 3 here and do 2 thwart, so 5. We complete it. This is now going to go in the victory display. I'll just put the victory cards up
Yes.
here.
And check out Cable.
Yeah, so Cable, because I defeated that, there is a response limited once per phase. Basically, I ready after defeating the side scheme. And now I'm a 3/3. So that's cool. I do have some cards here, so I ready. I'm going to pay a resource to then put down call for backup. So it's another player size scheme. And it has 9 on it. But when we defeat it, we all can get allies out and rejoice.
Nice. I have lots of allies.
So I'm going to throw it for 3 on it to bring it down to 6. And pass my turn to we're going clockwise, right?
Yeah, figured we would.
Yeah. So then okay, so if we're going clockwise, then Night of the Living card game, you're up then.
Sounds good. I'm going to use Jackpot to pay for my pistols.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to use my ability to swap the top card in the discard pile with the card in my hand. So I'm going to pull in Jackpot and discard the posse since I don't have enough. So I'm going to flip up. And now in hero form, I'm going to use Domino's hero ability to choose a card in my hand. I'm going to choose White Fox and swap that card with the top card of your deck.
That's so cool.
Now, just so I can get it out, I am going to shoot with Domino's pistol. So it is hero action, exhaust it, choose an enemy. I choose Arclight, the only one that's there. Discard the top card of your deck and deal 1 damage to that enemy for each resource icon discarded this way, and it's ranged. So only 1 resource icon, so only 1 damage to it.
All right, goes
But
down to
White
38.
Fox, so White Fox has a response that says, after White Fox is discarded from the top of your deck, put her into play under your control.
Awesome.
Love it.
It just comes out for free. All right. And now we want to do some thwarting, don't we? Which do we want to thwart? The call for backup or establish safe house?
I think call for backup just because that allows us all to put in some allies on the board. So, I mean, Gambit might get lucky. Maybe he gets a triple, you know?
If you got it down to just 3,
Well, I'm going to be able to get 3 down plus maybe a little more, plus at least 1 more, maybe 2 more. And then I can thwart for just 1, 2 regular. So yeah, I'm going to actually pitch my other pistol and the superpower training to play right place, right time, which is a thwart, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So I'll do that for call for backup, then discard the top card of my deck, and then remove 1 additional 1 for each boost icon, just another 1.
So you're removing a total of 4?
4, yep.
Okay, so that brings it down to 2 only.
Okay. Then what I can do is Domino can thwart for 1 and White Fox can thwart for 1.
Oh, nice.
done.
So
Beautiful.
you completed it. Okay, guys, so basically this goes in the victory display. Call for backup. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally put into play. All right, so let's see. I think who do I want to put? Probably Fanta. I think I'm running the Fanta guy.
I got Wolverine.
After Fanta enters play, search your
Thank
deck and
you.
discard pile for EVA and put it into play. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to put in Phantom Mex. He has a response when he enters play. I can then put his support into play as well. So he's going to join Cable, and I got to find his support now. Where are you? There it is.
I'm going to put Feral into play.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was looking at that card when I was sleeving. She's cool. And people that are not familiar with EVA, it's a special support with Phantom Mex, and basically I can either remove 1 threat from a scheme as an action, so I can call for it right now. I can deal 1 damage to enemy, or I can heal 1 damage to Phantom Mex. So that being said, I'll call for an action while it's Night of the Living Card Game's turn, and I can remove 1 threat off something. I guess I'll go off Establish Safe House, 1 off there. Brings it to 11. And Night of the Living Card Game, you can keep going.
Yep, Feral's gonna thwart 2 off of Establish Safe House to take it down to 9. And then I get to discard the top card of my deck. Ooh, it is a wild, so 2 damage to the enemy.
All right. Arclight goes to 36.
And that is about all I can do.
Okay.
Guys, this is an awesome first turn. I love it.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Uh,
that is fire.
well, Domino was, how much threat did you remove? You removed a lot.
I did a decent chunk, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the Thief Extraordinaire. So just look at the top two cards.
Here is the top encounter card, and it is a double boost. Oh,
What's
the
the
top,
next one?
Sorry, yeah, the top two. My bad. Okay, so those
Also a double.
2 doubles.
Okay.
Which one do you want to?
They're both going to be a boost, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess it really doesn't matter which one we
Nope.
pick.
So take 2 threat off of the side scheme there.
Okay. Size scheme will go down to 7.
Okay. Then I think I'm going to spend 2 for a Creole Charmer. I'll take 3 threat off of the main scheme.
Okay. And then you put a confuse.
Yes.
Perfect.
And then I will flip up. I'm gonna charge the card.
Yep. Get a token.
Nice.
I will spend a molecular acceleration for charged card, which will deal 4 damage to Arclight.
Okay. Goes down to 32.
Also, I used the molecular acceleration for that. So 2. And then I'll I guess I'll thwart 1 off that side scheme with Wolverine.
All right. So it's at 6 now.
And that's me.
All right. So that's going to end the player phase. All right. I guess we're going to the villain phase now. But we're going to ready and draw up to our hand sizes. So I drop to 5. All right, interesting cards. Okay, so the main's gonna go up by 3, and there's gonna be a counter put on, a knock-knock counter. Now, player 1 is me. She's going to attack. I have to either give her +2 attack, or I confuse the character you control with the highest thwart, which would be Cable. If I don't want to give her the +2 attack, I'll give her the +2 attack, and I'll defend. So she's hitting me with 4 with the boost, and oh yeah, we knew the boost already. I forgot. So that'd be 6, and I have 3 defense. I take 3 damage. I go down to 9. And then attacking Knight of the Living card game. Do you want to confuse, or?
I'll give her the +2, and White Fox is going to jump in front.
All right, White Fox is going to jump in front of it. 0 booster. So White Fox is down. And then Gambit, you're going to get +2 attack or take a confuse?
I will take a confuse onto Wolverine.
Oh, I believe it goes to the highest thwart. Oh, you guys are tied. Okay, right.
We are tied.
Yeah. Okay, so she's attacking for 2 with boost card.
Yep, I'll just take it.
All right. It's a
5.
triple booster. Okay. Yeah, taking 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you're down to 4?
Yes, that's okay.
Then we go to encounter phase. So first one's Death's Cry, Night of the Living Card Game, and Late Night. All right, mine's gonna be a side scheme. Maraudin Ain't Easy. When revealed, place one additional threat here for each villain under Routed. There's none.
0.
So that's going to come into play 3 only, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then Night of the Living Card Game, your encounter card is an attachment attached to the villain. It's called Push to the Limit. While there is exactly one villain under Routed, attached villain gains Steady. While there are exactly 2 villains under Routed, attached villain gains Stalwart. So there is a hero action. Attached villain attacks you, and then you would discard the +1 attack. Okay, so that's kind of scary. And then we got the final one, and that's going to be back in action. Give the villain a tough status card. Place threat on the main scheme equal to the number of villains under Routed. So it gets she gets a tough. There is no villains under Routed. So is it just a tough? That's it?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. All right. So she is confused and tough, basically. Player 1 token goes to Night of the Living Card Game. So you're up to bat.
All right. Do we want to get the safe house out?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Alright,
it's a good
so-
choice.
I'm gonna spend for justice and team investigation to get my probability field down.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Domino's ability to swap a card from my hand, which is Jackpot, with the top card of the deck. So I am going to thwart with Feral for 2 off of established safe house.
All right.
And then,
4.
oh, actually, I'm sorry. Before I did that, sorry, I wanted to do Domino first because I get to discard this, and that's 4 off it. I apologize.
Okay.
That's the one
Is
thing.
it a total of 4, or from Domino is 4?
From Domino, it was 4, so it was at 6 before, right?
Right. Okay.
So it
So it's
should be
down,
down
to
to
2.
2.
Okay, down to 2.
And then Jackpot says after you discard this from the top of your deck, shuffle it back into your deck. Okay. Now Feral is going to thwart for 2.
Okay, and knock off established safe house.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Unless do you want me to wait on that so you can get your ready out of it?
So I have a mind scan. I could just mind
I'm
scan.
not so sure he needs to ready off of it because he can thwart for 3 off of the other one.
Oh yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, he's a 3 now. So yeah, you just thwart that one.
But
away
I'm
and
I'm
then you
currently
stand back up.
I'm exhausted, so I would have to use a mind
Oh.
scan to knock off something. Then I get it ready.
Yeah.
And mind scan's gonna do 5 because actually I'll do 6 because once you get that into the victory display. Oh no, it doesn't go in the victory display. It just gets flipped over.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so mind scan's a 5 for me right now. Okay.
It's worth it because you'll get rid of that. You'll get ready and you can attack for 3.
Yeah, so let's get rid of safe house.
Okay.
It gets flipped over. So it says enters play with 1 safe house counter on it. Remove 1 safe house counter from here. The first player puts safe house support into play under their control. So yeah, I'll let you get safe house. Do you have that card?
I do have it over here, but I mean, we can leave it out for right now. I mean, until somebody needs it, it almost makes more sense to leave
Oh,
it
okay.
because
No, I'm gonna
is
need it.
that one guy that just forces it to come back
basically-
to your hand.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need it.
All right.
Okay.
So whoever. Okay, so you're gonna
Wait.
trigger it late night.
No, it goes to the first player, but anybody can activate it.
Okay.
So if he does the
Okay.
action, he can take
Sure.
control of it.
Then I'll do the action and I'll
Alright.
take control of it. And then I knock the tough off of with Farrell's ability. I flip the top card of my deck. I did 2 damage to Arclight, which just knocked off the tough.
Knocked off the tough. All right.
Yep.
Tough's knocked off.
And then last thing, I will shoot with Domino's pistol at Arclight and do 2 damage.
All right.
Nice.
And
Late.
that is my turn. Or I think. Can I do anything else? Nope, I can't do anything else.
Okay. My turn begins. Wolverine heals 1.
Oh, Wolverine heals 1. Okay.
Then I think I am going to have the villain attack me. I'm going to do the action on the thing. And what I'll do is I'll defend for 3.
Sure.
Um,
Are you? You got to trigger her response. Are
Yep.
you?
I'll take the confuse. It's okay.
All right. Whoops. It's a triple.
So I'm going to take 2.
So you're down to 2 health, right?
3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Which is why I said I was going to need that thing.
All right, but you did get rid of that attachment. Oh, wait a second. So yeah, I did 6. You defend for 3. So you would take 3 damage. That puts you at 2, right? Or does
No,
that put-
I did the thing. The villain attacks you. You get rid of it, and then they attack you, or how does that work? I don't see it here, so I gotta
Oh,
look
right,
at the card
right.
again.
So
After it seems.
Oh, okay. Attached
attachment-
villain attacks you.
yeah,
and
he
then-
would attack
okay.
you, and then after the attack, it would get discarded. So it'd be a total of 6. So I think you would
Yeah.
go down to 1 health, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
But that's gone now, so that's fine.
Oh, hold up. There's amplification though. That would actually do 7.
So that would kill me. is what you're saying.
But
So what you're saying is
what,
I can't do that.
No. What I could do is, are you able? I could do a play action to get rid of this. I mean, technically we're, but for the sake of keeping you alive, why don't I do a play action before you trigger that attack? I will.
Okay, so before I do that,
Right. I
do
will.
your play action?
I will do a play action. So I will pay a resource and then pay another resource and do mind scan. So that's gonna just annihilate the amplification. And then I ready because of that, and then you do your thing, and then you're down to 1 health.
Okay. I did my charge to card, so I'm up to 3. I will molecular acceleration and aggressive energy, a melee. I'll deal 4.
Deal 4 damage.
Yeah, deal 4 damage.
All right, down to 26.
I get another counter for that. Then I will aggressive energy, a precision strike. I'll deal another 3.
Down to 23.
Wolverine will attack for 3.
Down to 20.
And then Gambit's gonna flip down.
And use safe house.
And then I'll use the safe house to heal 2.
Okay, back to 3 health.
And that's me.
Okay. All right. So I am just gonna pay a resource to bring out my upgrade, which is called Ascani Sun. After you defend against an enemy attack, exhaust Ascani Sun and spend a power resource. So in my case, I have 3 thwart. I can remove 3 when I defend. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I am going to... I'm at 9 health. Thor for 3 to bring this down to, I guess, 0. And I will attack the villain for 1 and then heal for 1 with the EVA. I will go to altar to get a bigger hand size, and that will be it. So we're gonna ready up and draw our hand sizes.
Nice. My shuffling abilities are just incredible. I pulled all 3 of my 1x1s right now.
All right, the main goes up by 3, and second knock counter will initiate an attack on Domino. Are we doing +2 attack or confuse?
I'll do.
She's
+2
already
attack.
confused.
I'll do +2 attack. I'll just throw Feral in front of it. It's fine.
Feral's gonna jump in front of it. Yep. So that's 5. She takes it for you. She's confused on Gambit, and then she will scheme for 2 with the boost card. If this activation is attack, it gains overkill. Oh, there is overkill in this deck. Okay, so she puts 3 on the main. Goes to 6. We go into a counter phase. First with Late Night, or Night of the Living Card Game, Late Night, Death Cry Gaming. Okay, starting with Night of the Living Card Game. Your encounter
Good.
card.
Night of the Late Night.
It's a tongue
Death Cry
twister.
Gaming.
What is this? Blostered by Wrath. Attached to villain. Hero action. Exhaust a character you control and spend X resources of any type, where X is the number of villains under routed. Discard this card. Okay,
Okay.
Nice.
so that's going to be attached. But it gives her
Just
plus...
at this point, exhaust a character to get rid of it.
Right. When it gets our turn, we could do that. Late Night, you get a minion, Riptide.
Yes.
Patrol.
All right.
When Riptide attacks you or an ally you control, choose. Place 2 threat on the main scheme and 1 threat on each side scheme. Wow. Riptide
Don't
gets
even worry about it.
+2 attack for this attack.
This guy's going away anyways.
All right, and then Descry Gaming gets Harpoon. Has guard, 0 scheme to attack. When Harpoon
That guy's going away too. Don't even worry about it.
when Harpoon attacks you or an ally you control, choose take 2 indirect damage, or he gets +2 attack and gains piercing. I'm noticing a theme in this encounter deck. Okay, player 1 goes to Late Night. Gambit.
Yes. Okay. So I will spend one of these for an X gene. Can I use the safe house for healing too, please?
Yeah, it is 1 per player per phase, or once per round per player, so everybody can use it.
Wow.
Once
Oh,
per round per player. Nice.
so I
Yep.
could have used it when I flipped to altar last turn.
Yeah, retcon and say you did.
Okay. All right.
Heal
So,
2 damage and
so I'll go to 11. And then I will use it to draw a card. All right.
You called for action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Call for action.
Uh,
Use it.
I will spend 3.
Also,
get out
guys,
the
I
X-Jet.
have body slide. I don't know if anybody's interested.
Uh,
I could use that.
if you want to do that right now, you can flip me to hero form.
But would that interfere with what you're doing right now?
I mean, No, because I can just flip back down.
Okay. Because if I body slide, then Domino can also take advantage of Safe House.
I think you all have to be in the same.
Yeah, I don't think you can body slide me because I'm in hero form.
Yeah. you
Oh,
have to be in the
right.
same
I
form.
changed to hero, and then everyone, then people that are not in hero can body slide. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I think I'll maybe just save it. Okay,
Cool.
sure.
Okay.
I'll body slide. So I'll play action while it's your turn late night. I change forms. So I go to Cable Hero. And then each other player may change to the form I'm in. So Gambit, if you want to change to hero, you can change.
I am a hero. I'm going to charge the card. Get another counter. At this point, I will. Oh, Wolverine healed one. I'm going to use the X-Jet to play the 1x1 and use 3 counters to charge it up. So it's dealing 5 damage to an enemy,
So you're
which
knocking
will
off
be yours,
both minions then, right?
and then do mine. Yep.
All right. So you took care of
Uh,
both the minions. That was pretty nice.
and then I will attack for 2 and attack for 3.
So 5.
Yep.
Down to 14.
And then I'll put down.
Okay. I'll do a play action and just exhaust Phantom X to get rid of Bloser by Wrath. Hero action, exhaust a character you control and spend X resources of any type, where X is the number of villains under routed. There's no villains, so just have to exhaust, and that's out. Yeah, I become the next player in line. I'm going to pay a resource, put in my Death Focus, so that will come online for me. And I'm then going to play a resource to put in build support. So that's a player size scheme. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for support with the cost of 3 or less and put it into play. Comes in with 9 on it. I will then do a resource to put reinforced suit onto Phantom X. Okay. And then we're going to use Cable to throw for 3 and EVA throw for 1. So doing 4 off build support.
Well, I have a question real quick before you do that. If people had 2 resources they wanted to spend, I could do a team investigation. I could just ditch my hand to do a team investigation, and it just would clear that out straight away.
I have no resources. My hand is used up.
I could do it. I just can't put reinforced suit on Phantom X then.
Don't worry about it then, because I won't be able to get rid of that, I don't think then, but that's fine.
But you just need to
leave it for next turn.
Okay, sure. All right, that's me.
Okay. So my turn. I am going to use Domino's ability to swap card in my hand for the top card of my deck. What I'll do is I will spend 2 to play a good workout. So deal 4 damage to the enemy and discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon, deal 1 additional. It's a wild, so that counts as 2, so it's a total of 6 damage.
Yep, down to 8.
Okay. I am going to... I will thwart Domino's ability, and I'll use Probability Field, so 2 more, so I'll thwart 3 off of build support.
All right, down to 2.
All right, and then I will attack with Domino's pistol for 1.
Down to 7.
And then I'm going to flip down.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Safe House to draw a card. I am going to play a Chance Encounter on build support.
Chance Encounter. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going... This will be Chance Encounter. I didn't pull it, but we know that Chance Encounter is this blue card.
Yep. Okay, and that's
Awesome.
about all.
That's Craig forgot. My bad. I should have got those support cards. But we know Chance Encounters right here.
I got it down here,
And Chance
too.
Encounter, for those people wondering, is when that's defeated, it allows the Justice player to bring any ally in Discord or in their deck to their hand. That's what Chance Encounter is. Okay. I think we're ready to go to villain phase.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
So the main will go up, but the third counter happens. Let me just read this real quick. So knock knock. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 knock counter here. So there's 3. If there are at least 3 knock counters here, advance to stage 2A. All right, so we're going to 2A, guys. So going to 2A, this is what it says. Mutant Massacre. When revealed, each player puts 1 set aside Morlock ally into play under their control. Has bracket 2 set aside Morlock allies instead if it's single player game. Okay, but so we're putting 3. Shuffle the high treachery into the counter deck. If the previous stage was advanced by knock counters, give each Morlock ally a tough status card. Awesome. Okay, Mutant Massacre. This one has 8 per player. And has an action ability, exhaust a Morlock ally. Shuffle hide from the counter discard pile into the counter deck. If there are 3 villains under routed, players win the game. If the stage is completed or there are no Morlock allies in play, we lose. All right. And it's 0 starting threat threshold. Okay. Player 1 is late night gaming right now. You're an altar, so she's gonna do
Did you get your Morlock ally for your
a scheme?
hero?
Oh, right. Thank you. So I've got my Morlock ally right here. Boom, you guys.
And get your tough status on them too.
Do you have a Morlock ally?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see. Everyone's got it. Okay, good. And hide goes into the deck. So, all right. So she schemes for 4. And perfect. Coming at me, bro. I have a Morlock. I'm gonna defend with the Morlock guy because he has a tough. Give her the +2 attack. And just a 1 booster. Tough comes off. Oh, and just to show people what Morlocks do, they're a 5 health ally. They don't count to our ally limit, but they do have the keyword for like Morlock Mutant. And that's why, like, if I was running the tribal deck, it would kind of interfere with my tribal support. Force interrupt: when enemy attacks you, it attacks Morlock. Attacks Morlock you control instead. Oh, you don't even have to exhaust. Because the default. So I didn't have to exhaust there because it defaults to attack. So going to Night of the Living card game, you're in Altar. She's gonna scheme for 2 with a boost card. And boost ability: if you control a Morlock ally, choose to either deal 1 damage to it or spend 1 resource of any type. She's putting 3 threat on to the main. Goes to 7.
I will spend a resource.
All right, you'll spend a resource. All right, counter phase. Starting with Late Night Gaming, your encounter card is Seek the Weak. You're an Altar against Surge. Next encounter card is going to be Vanisher. It surges and it returns the support you control at the highest cost. So I guess that's going to be your X-Men Jet.
Actually, but that's okay because we have that thing that's going to pull it right back up.
Right. And then it surges into a Master Plan. All right, so that's going to add 4 threat to the side scheme. So it goes back to 6. And I get an Assault. The villain attacks you. I'm going to defend. She gets a boost card. I'm going to give her the plus 2 attack. So 4 attack with boost. And it's a 0 booster. Nice. I'm going to proc. I'm going to spend an energy. So when I spend an energy, I can remove threat from a scheme equal to my hero's thwart. So I'm going to spend a Psychic Kicker. That has a power, and then I remove 3. So 3 left on build support. And then finally we get to Night of the Living card game. You get a side scheme. In the Mystic Chaos, when revealed, place 1 additional threat here for each villain under routed. So that's just an acceleration. And that just has 3. Okay. First player token goes to me. And I'm exhausted. Let's see. Oh, I do have Mind Scan.
Oh, can I call for action that one thing?
Yeah.
To draw a card.
Sure. So you're taking advantage of Safe House. Just thinking what I want to do here. So let's pay 1 resource, 2 resources to get Mission Leader. Oh no, it only costs 1 because I'm Soldier. Great. So I'll pay 1 resource and bring in Mission Leader. So that card's really cool. Reduce the cost to play Mission Leader by 1 if your identity has a soldier trait. After a side scheme is defeated, exhaust Mission Leader and each player draws 1 card. Wow. So that comes in hot. And I have 2 cards in my hand. So I've got Morlock and Phantom X. So let's do this. Let's Thwart for 1, take a damage. Morlock will thwart for 1, take a damage. And EVA will thwart for 1 to knock off this side scheme. And that will proc Mission Leader. Everyone draw a card. I get my Gray Malkin, which is a support. But if we defeat that, I can put it into play. So what I will do is I will use Death Focus plus a resource and then do Mind Scan. So Mind Scan is going to knock off the support. So that will also proc your Chance Encounter, Night of the Living card game. So you're able to grab an ally from your discard or your deck and put it into your hand. Also, guys, everybody gets to search their discard or their deck for a support card with a cost of 3 or less, and you can put it into play. So I'm going to put in my card that I used to pay. I'll put that from my discard pile and put it into play. Gray Malkin. After a side scheme is defeated, ready Gray Malkin. But it's like a resource generator for me. It generates a power. So that's gonna come into play. And I have just one card left, which is Deathlock, which I'll just hold. Yeah, and I'll pass my turn to Night of the Living card game.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna spend a genius to get down a sharpshooter. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my safe house to draw a card. I am going to.
Is it okay if I flip to altar, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think you guys are both going to hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. We'll end up in here.
All right. I'll flip to.
I'm gonna get Pip the Pug out.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna use Pip the Pug to go put something.
And then people in chat are wondering, this is Safe House, which we got from the player campaign sides game. But it's really awesome because it's per player per round. And we can either heal 2 damage or draw 1 card in altar form.
Put Outlaw on the top of my deck. I am now going to spend Jackpot to get Mockingbird out, who's going to stun Arclight. Okay, I'm going to then swap cards. My ability, I'm going to flip up. I'm now going to use my ability to swap card in my hand with card in my deck. I am going to I'm going to use Outlaw, put down Endurance to give myself a +3 hit points.
+3 hit points. Okay.
Yeah,
You go
good.
to 12.
Yep, I'm up to 12. And do you need any help with Vanisher, or you got?
I think I got him covered.
Okay. All right. So then,
Wow, Spider-Man.
I am
All right,
going
give it to Mummy. Mummy, open it.
attack with. Actually, I'm going to use Domino's pistol.
Okay.
So I attack, discard the top card, and then I get to discard another card with Sharpshooter. So Jackpot.
Wow.
So that's 3 damage. I know, the card that I put at the top of my deck. And Digging Deep, after it's discarded from the top of your deck, add it to my hand. And this one gets to shuffle back into my deck.
And that adds 2 more, right?
Yeah, so that was a total of 5 damage.
All right, down to 2 life left. Remember though, when we kill her, the next villain comes in hot, and it's gonna
and he
activate on all of
attacks
us.
immediately. Yep. I'm gonna thwart off the main for 1. Oh, and I got top deck jackpot, so that's 4 off the main.
4 off the main.
And
Okay.
it shuffles back in.
And you put a stun on her too, but it doesn't matter too much.
Well, if we don't push her this turn, I mean, I guess if we do, then it does. Then it doesn't matter at all. But
So you want me to leave her alone this turn? And
I don't know how much it matters.
I think it's funny how like Late Night's X-Jet got taken out and then it got brought right back the next turn.
Just for the heck of it, Mockingbird will hit for 1 on Arclight. Let's just get her down to 1, and then we can decide whether we want to push her through.
Yeah, I think leave her stun and then we'll flip her next turn.
Okay.
That way we get some benefit of her being stunned, I guess.
Sounds good to me. Okay. So I will then I'll use a charged card, play Gambit's Staff. Use some money for that. No, it's not. I'll flip up. Oh, actually. Before I flip up, I'm going to go ahead and recover 3, so that puts me down. Up to 1.
Did you use the safe house too?
No, I already used the safe house.
How much life did you recover for?
3.
3? Okay. So that's gonna put you to 8.
Right. And then I'm flipping up. I will charge the card. 1. I will then I'll use the X-Jet for a precision strike, spending 1 for 3 damage to an enemy.
Right.
Then I'll heal 2.
Okay, go to.
That's nice.
You go back to your full health 9, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Then we'll see. What do we want to do here? I think that's all fine. I will yeah, I'll spend 3 on Professor X to no, I won't. Is anybody down?
I'm an altar.
You're an altar?
Yeah, so
okay,
the
confuse them.
Yeah, the confuse will be good.
And Professor X can go ahead and thwart 3.
All right, so wow, we're really look at this. 0 on the main, 1 hit, stun and confuse. We're really controlling this game pretty well so far.
And I think that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's ready up, guys, and I think we're getting to the point where we're getting all built up, so we'll be ready to push the damage through now. Oh, I could use. I'm in altar. I'll use the thing to go to my full health. I just forgot to ask for a play action. The safe house. All right, I got my allies. Cool. All right, goes up by 3. And player 1 is me. I'm in altar, so confused. We'll look at Night of the Living Card Game and Hero, but stunned. And then looks at Late Night Gaming and Hero. Gets a boost card. Do you want to give +2 attack or confuse?
Do the +2. Professor X is
All right,
blocking.
+2 and just a double booster, so it's 4. Or sorry, it's 6, but Professor X takes it. Go to encounter phase, 1 for me.
Can I Gambit Staffer?
Yeah, so you flip her, and she goes under routed. After villain is defeated, put it under here. Discard each minion. There's no minion of her in here.
So the attacking one would be the next one.
Yeah. So
That Professor X.
now
defends.
it says the villain activates against each player in player order. Okay, so that means even scheme as well. Okay, so we're getting the next person we're getting is Grey Crow. Never heard of that person. Marauder Mercenary. Oh, that's the A side. Okay, so B side is 2/2 and has an asterisk for attack. When Grey Crow attacks you or an ally you control, choose. Discard each card you control with the highest cost. Grey Crow gets +X for this attack, where X is the printed cost of the highest cost card you control. Wow, that's pretty bad. So you definitely don't want to do the top one. So the bottom one is going to give him +X attack, where X is the printed cost of the highest cost card you control. So for some of us, that's 3.
That's 4 for me because I got Safe House.
Oh shoot! Wow, damn. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. All right, so he's gonna come in hot, and he's gonna activate first on me. The life total is 12 plus times 3, so that's 36.
And he now has Retaliate 1 as well because we got 1.
Right,
villain
Retaliate.
routed.
Yep. Thank you for reminding me. Right, so we have a bad person underneath routed. Look, I'll just do that so we can see. How do they get out of routed?
They don't.
Oh, they don't. Okay, got it. Okay, coming in hot, gonna scheme on me. Here's the boost card. And it's a 0, so adds 2 to the main, goes to 5. And will initiate on Night of the Living card game. You're in hero. I guess we're adding.
I will give him +4, and Mockingbird's going to jump.
All right, so 6 with Mockingbird. Oh, this activation is an attack. If it's an attack, it gains overkill. So that's 7. Mockingbird has 2 health left, right?
Yep,
so you take 5. You go down to 7.
Yep.
And then he's going to put his eyes on Gambit. Gambit, what are we doing?
Yep. So I have Professor X defending first.
Okay, so you're going to add the extra attack then. Yep. Okay, 2 booster. So yeah, Professor X takes all that damage. And now we go.
He activates against me again for his actual activation. Because Gambit Staff happens before the enemy attacks. When an enemy attacks, you do the staff.
Oh, okay. So you never. I got it. Okay, so now you're getting a normal activation. Okay. How do you want to resolve his force interrupt?
He can get his forced interrupt. I'm going to defend.
So the bottom.
With a natural agility.
Okay. So.
So I'm defending for 6.
And your highest is a 3 cost, so it's 5, 6, 7. He's attacking for 7. How much are you defending for?
I can do 2 natural agilities.
Okay, and then you get more charge counters and you block it all. Okay. Perfect. So
I'm defending for 9.
Yeah, so you take no damage, and then we go into counter phase. Oh, I just forgot. The Morlocks are always being targeted, remember? But you defended for your Morlock. I got it. Okay. Encounter card. Guild Business. Give to Remy LeBeau. Exhaust Remy LeBeau. To get rid of it, you have to be an alter ego and exhaust Remy LeBeau. So you get your guild business attached to you. Counter card for Night of the Living card game. We get an attachment, which is Inhibitor Collar. Attach your identity. Treat your identity printed text box if it were blank. Ooh, that's terrible. Choose to either exhaust a character you control or take 3 damage. Well, it's not too bad to get rid of it. Any player can do it. So
I get a Morlock ally that's not doing anything.
right. Okay, and then finally, late night, and you get titanium exoskeleton. Attach to the enemy with the fewest remaining hit points. I guess that's going to go to the villain. Attached enemy cannot take more than 2 damage from a single attack. Hero action, choose to either spend 3 resources of any type or remove a confused or stunned status card from attached enemy. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to either pay 3 resources, and he attached enemy cannot take more than 2 damage from a single attack while this is being attached on him. Okay. Player 1 token goes to Night of the Living card game.
Yes. Can I call for action?
Yeah.
Sure. Real quick, I'm
Okay.
gonna exhaust my Morlock to get rid of the Inhibitor Collar, and then go for it.
Cool. I'm gonna spend 3 resources and get rid of that attachment.
You got to be an alter though.
Oh, it's alter ego?
Yeah.
No, it's a hero.
No, not
action.
that. The attachment.
Oh,
on
the attachment. I thought you were talking about guild business. Okay. So you're going to spend 3 resources?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Okay. Now that my text box isn't blank, I'm going to use my ability to swap a card from my hand, which will be Jackpot, with the top card of my deck.
Do your pistols have range?
They do.
Oh, great. So you ignore the retaliate then.
Yep. All right. I am now going to spend a Power of Justice to play Luck Be a Lady. So it is hero action. Discard the top card of your deck and count as resources for each of the resources counted this way. If it is a energy resource, heal 2 damage from a character. Mental, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Physical, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Wild, choose one of the above. Hey, look, it's a triple resource card.
It's the jackpot. Yeah. You put it
So
there.
I'm going to heal 2 damage from myself, take 2 threat off the main, and deal 2 damage to Greycrow. And it's dealing damage, not an attack, so I don't have to worry about retaliate.
Yep.
And instead of shuffling this back into my deck, I'm actually... Or do I want to? Because I only have 1 card left in my deck. No, I'm going to pop it under Painted Lady.
Okay, cool.
Does Painted Lady exhaust to do that, or do you just get to do it?
Oh, no, you're right. It's exhaust to pull it back to my hand.
Yep.
And that's alter ego. Okay, so...
Have
what
you
do I
used
wanna-
Safe House yet? Oh, you're in
no,
hero.
but I got to be alter ego.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will probably go alter ego here. I've got... I
Yeah, pretty soon.
literally have 3 resource cards in my hand, so there's not a whole lot I can do here. So
Oh,
I will just...
you would have been better to take off the attachment then, right? Because you only have his resource cards in your hand.
Yeah, I could have done that.
Get late night. Would that be better for him to use his resources? Because all he has is resources in his hand.
Sure.
That way you can keep some of your cards. Okay, so then you would have to pay 3, and
I
then
just did.
okay, so you're the one that took off his attachment. Okay.
Yep. Okay. I am going to shoot with my pistol. So I get to discard the top card of my deck.
Yep.
And so I get an extra encounter card. Sharpshooter also, actually, this is for Sharpshooter because it's a hero interrupt. Because it's a ranged attack, discard the top card of your deck. And now Domino's Pistol's regular action happens. I have to discard a card from my deck.
Yep.
So that is a wild,
Oh,
so that
nice.
counts as 2 energy. So I end up doing 4 damage to Grey Crow.
All right, down to 30.
I'll just punch him for 2 plus my probability field kicks off.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4.
And you take 1 retaliate. Go down to 8.
Yep, that's fine. And then I flip down to alter ego, and then I heal 2 from safe house.
Okay, go back to 10. Your cap is 12, right?
Yeah, it's 12 now.
Yeah, because you got endurance. Okay. All right, late night gaming. You're up to bat.
That is me. Wolverine heals 1. This dude has retaliate now, huh?
Yeah.
That stinks.
Well, you have some of your cards have range.
Yeah, I don't have them in hand though. But that's okay. I can do the precision strike, put out a target acquired. I'll hold on to this dude.
Are you able to go to altar to exhaust, get rid of guild business?
I can't exhaust this turn,
Okay.
but I could do it next one before I flip up.
I'm going to have 3 encounter cards then.
Oh, you're in alter ego. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm exhausted already because I defended, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, to defend the warlock. Your warlock has
okay.
tough too.
My Morlock does have tough. So if somebody needs me to defend for him, I can use the Morlock for that. Oh. Shall I? I'll use the safe house and draw a card. Oh, look, there's a fun card. And cool. I'll discard long shot, and that's my turn.
Cool. I'm gonna do. I'm in alter ego, so I'm gonna take advantage of safe house, and I will draw 1 card. So I draw into innovation, and I'm going to pay a resource to put down Professor. So Professor's gonna come down. It's a support. Exhaust Professor. Choose to either draw 1 card or search your deck and discard pile for a player size game. Yeah, that's interesting. What should I do? So if I look up my discard pile, just taking a look here. I could get a player size game. So I think I'll do that. I'll exhaust it, and I'll search my deck for a player size game. Which size game? Where's my gun? This is my discard pile. I'm just wondering, is my gun in here?
Should be. It's not out.
Yeah. Did I not put my gun into my deck? I don't even see my.
Forget your gun.
I think I forgot my gun. Give me 1
You left it on the other side.
Or no, is
It's
it
still in the future.
Oh, it's in my hand. It's in my hand. Okay. My bad. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I need my gun,
Deadpool's gonna
guys.
have some words for you.
Yeah. I'm like, I need my gun. So let's do this. Let's grab this player size game. That goes into my hand from Professor X. I'll shuffle the rest of my cards. What I'm going to do is it costs 1 to play it. I'm going to use my gun as a resource to then put it into play. It's got 6 on it. And let's see here. Yes, I'm at 12. Okay, let's go to hero. And We're gonna do EVA for 1. Wait 1 sec. Might. Can we get Deadpool out? So if I do 1 resource, 2 resources, 3. Yeah. Deadpool. Innovation heals 1 from an ally. I guess I'll do Morlock. So this is a real cool card. I just want to show people it. It's a new card in the expansion. It's a basic ally. What's cool about it is he's sort of immortal. That when he takes the last consequential damage, he just comes back to full health, and you would add acceleration token, or you heal 3 damage from him. So he's really cool. I like it. Deadpool's going to throw for 2, take a damage. So that's going to be 2 off here, and 4 left. I will throw for 3. I will use EVA. Actually, I'll throw for 1 with Phantom X, and then throw for 3 more. So to do the 4 with Cable, or the last bit of it. So if anybody has a weapon, which I'm not sure. I think
I have another pistol.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to go get it and put it into play. If it has to cost 3 or less.
I think I only have the 1 weapon, just a staff.
Yeah, that's gonna trigger mission leader. Everybody can draw 1 card, and I am going to get my plasma rifle put into play. So this is my money card. It's restricted. It's a tech weapon, exhaust plasma rifle, and spend a power. Deal 1 damage to an enemy for each side scheme in the victory to play, up to a maximum of 4. It does have range as well, which is really helpful. Because after a side scheme is defeated, ready Gray Malkin, so that's my resource generator that gets readied. And
you get the ready Cable as well, right?
Cable gets readied, correct? Okay, so I am going to pay a resource to put a sidearm down. That's going to go on Deadpool. And I am going to then use plasma rifle, spend a power to do 4 damage to the villain. Goes down to 22. That has range, and then I will throw for 3 with Cable, and that's it. So I guess EVA will deal 1 damage to the villain. All right.
Nice.
So we can ready up. All right, I'm gonna deck out, so I get an extra encounter card.
We totally got this, even with the extra encounter card.
All right, goes up by 3. Night of the Living card game is player 1. He's going to scheme on you 2 with the boost card, and it's a triple. So he puts 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Scheming on me.
Scheming on you. 2 plus a boost card. Whoops. This one says give 1 Morlock ally a tough status card. Give the villain 1 additional boost card for this activation. And
Whose
that's
Morlock wants a tough?
Mine's already got it.
I'll take a tough. So, and then one more boost card. A double. So 4. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 12. And now we're gonna go to me. I'm in hero mode. I will just take it. I have a tough, so I'll give him plus. Is it highest cost card you control? So Phantom X is 4, so I give him 6 attack with a boost. Morlock has tough, so we flip this over, and that's 8 damage, but the tough just comes right off. Okay, now we go on counter cards. So this is where the fun begins. So 1 for Night of Living card game, another one, and another one, plus the additional one from Guild Business. So
It's going away this turn, just so you know. You got
Just
Okay.
in time for you to not get one. I
I'm
love it how
sorry.
that works out.
So first encounter card is Bound by Business. When revealed, discard cards from the counter deck until a Marauder minion that does not share a title with the card in play is discarded. But that minion, put that minion into play, engage with you. Okay, so here's the thing though, guys. There's only 1 card left in the counter deck. So we flip it over. Oh, it is a Marauder. Okay. Well,
But
this
it's the one that is the villain. So
so it gets discarded and then it fizzles
Yep.
because that was the last encounter card.
Yep.
Wow. That was lucky. Wow, Domino really brought her luck this game.
plan
Nice.
for that.
That was so
Absolutely.
Domino right
That
there.
was
It was
super
like,
powerful.
you know what? You're gonna the last encounter card's gonna be you, and then it's gonna do nothing. Yeah, that's funny. All right,
Luck is not a superpower.
we get a gang up, but that's gonna surge because you're an altar. Surges into a Maraudin ain't easy. So there's 3 of us, so it goes to 6 because there's 1 in the routed. All right. So that's a boost acceleration. The next encounter card is Heavy Armament. Attach the enemy with the highest attack. Attached enemy gains Retaliate 2, so it's basically Retaliate 3 right now. After you attack the attached enemy, so we have to attack him with a keyworded trait or a basic. Spend 2 resources of the same type. Discard this card. So he has a Retaliate of 3 right now with 4 attack. Okay, going to. So he just powered up a bit. Going
Just a
to Late Night. Bound by Business hits again. We got to discard for Marauder. So discarding cards here. So Hyde got discarded, just FYI. And discarding for Marauder. All right, going. Okay, we got Blockbuster. This guy has guard. He has 5 health, 2 attack. So force interrupt. When he attacks, he's gonna do an interrupt. Give Blockbuster a tough status card, or Blockbuster gets +2 attack for this attack. It's not too bad. All right, then I get. My encounter card will be Exhaustion. That surges, and I'm exhausted. Into back in action. Give the villain a tough status card. Place this right on the main scheme equal to the number of villains under routed. Goes to 13, and he gets tough. Last encounter card. It's gonna be a Marauder. That's Arclight. Now we defeated her, but I guess she kind of gets back from the fight and tries to fight us again. So she has a force that's confuse the character. Oh, just like the villain, +2 attack. Okay, but she does have Retaliate 1, and she's 5 health. All right, Late Night, you're up to bat.
What's the Maraudinate Easy do?
What?
Amplify icon.
Yeah, amplify icon. It has 6 on it.
Okay.
I can take it out with the play action
Okay.
because Mind Scan is doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll just call for a play action from you.
Sure.
Exhaust Death Focus, Exhaust Great Malkin. I do a Mind Scan for 7, and I take care of it. That's also gonna proc Mission Leader, so everybody draw a card. So Mission Leader will proc. And that is an awesome card.
That is beautiful.
Boy.
Man, and Red Skull Mission Leader is just
Yeah.
every turn draw a card.
I also have Body Slide. If that helps. No, it doesn't help. Because you guys are both in Altar. Well, actually, I could Body Slide you back to Altar after you guys flip. If you really wanted it. But then we would all be in Altar, so that would probably be a bad
No.
idea.
I'm going to exhaust and get rid of this Gambit Guild business thing.
Okay. So that's out of the game.
Yep. Then I'm going to... Yeah. I'm going to spend 2 resources and play out Angel. There's that.
And to get rid of heavy armament, you have to attack into him, either with a traded card or a basic attack, and then spend 2 resources. And he has Retaliate. But I
And
can...
it'd be the same
I can
resource,
take-
right?
I can take care of it, but I'm last player, so
Yeah, you can't do a play action?
I'm in Alter Ego.
Okay. I'll take care. I'm gonna call for a play action. I'm gonna use EVA to do 1 damage to take tough off. I'm then gonna use Gray Malkin as a power to use my plasma rifle, which is attack traded but has range, which will do 4 damage to him. Brings him down to 17. I will pay a double power to then get rid of heavier armament. So that's gone. All right, go ahead, Late Night. So now he just has one retaliate because of the routed villain.
Yeah. I'm going to charge the card. Puts me up to 6. I'll play Rogue for free. And Rogue comes in with toughness. Yay! Cool. I think I'll do an X-Jet for Guild Armor. I'll spend 2 and an X-Gene for Royal Flush, charged up by 3.
Now, does it work like this? Is Royal Flush considered like the first attack, second attack, third attack, or is it all one attack but just different sources of damage?
It looks like it's one attack with different sources of damage. Deal 0, deal 0, deal 0.
Right. So in this case, you would only be taking 1 retaliation. You wouldn't be taking 3 retaliations.
Right. Okay. The first one, charge Connor on Gambit.
Whereas Black
4.
Widow's Dance of Death would literally be like 3 separate attacks.
Right.
So she would get dinged by the retaliate 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. So how much damage are you doing here?
3, 3, and 3. So I'm going to do 3 to the guy on me, 3 to the guy on you, and 3 to the villain.
Okay, cool. So 3 to the villain goes to 14. You take a retaliate. You go to 8, and then 3 on Arclight. You take a retaliate on her. So you go down to 7, and then 3 on. Oh, but Blockbuster has guard. You have to deal with him. So you'll have to do 3 on block. You have to do 6 on Blockbuster.
Yeah. I was I was attacking with Angel first, and then I'll do the Royal Flush.
Okay, so Angel would have put 2 on, and then your first Royal Flush attack would hit the guard off.
Yep.
Okay, all right. All right. So Villain's at 14, and Arclight is at, she's down to 2 health.
Right. So Rogue will take care of Arclight.
All right, Rogue smashes Arclight. Goodbye.
And Wolverine will attack the villain for 3.
All right, and he'll be taking 2 consequential plus a retaliate.
Yep.
All right.
That's
so,
why I was waiting to heal him all the way.
Okay.
Before I did it.
Down to 11.
And that looks like it from me, sir.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to. When I did. So we have no side schemes in play. Okay, got it. I'm gonna pay a resource to put in established perimeter. That comes in with 6 on it. If we defeat it, goes in victory display, and everybody gets a tough. So let's figure this out.
We have an advanced token on the main scheme now, right?
Right, sorry. Yeah. So I think it would have went up by
No, it hasn't done that yet.
Oh, it hasn't done that. You're right. Okay. All right, so Deadpool. So Phantom X will Thor for 1, take a damage. Bring this down to 5. Deadpool will. If I this doesn't help that much because yeah, when I think about it, because we got to protect the Morlocks and the identities are going on the tough, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 off here with Phantom Max, 1 with Morlock to bring this down to 11. Deadpool has the sidearm, so I'll hit for 3 with range.
Oh, he has retaliate.
Yeah, but I have a sidearm on,
Oh, okay.
so I ignored the retaliate. I'm gonna body slide. Now, you guys can either choose to go to, or Gambit, you could choose to go to altar if you want. It's up to you. I go to altar, I will trigger my safe house, or not my safe house, but Night of the Living Card Game safe house. We'll draw a card. I get reinforced suit. I'll use Professor X to draw another card. Okay. I'm going to put a resource and put that on Deadpool. So I'm putting a reinforced suit on Deadpool that bumps his health to 5. And then I'm going to flip back to hero. And just, that's all I can do, guys.
No worries. Do we want to flip him this turn?
Yeah, I mean, well, the only thing is, Gambit's not in such a great, like, all his allies are exhausted. Well, he does have a tough on his Warlock, so yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm exhausted though. I don't have any.
Well, he would just be scheming against. Oh no, you're back in hero form, aren't you?
Right.
Okay. So do we want to wait till next turn then?
Or what? Yeah, I'm thinking let's do it next turn.
All right. All right. So am I
Like,
up?
yeah, I mean, you can get him down to like 1 health or 2 health.
I'll do what I can. All right. So I'm going to use a safe house to heal 2 to get myself up to full 12. I'm going to exhaust the Painted Lady to pull Jackpot back to my hand.
Okay.
I am now going to spend Digging Deep and Jackpot to get Feral out. I am now going to use my Alter Ego ability to swap a card in my hand with the top card of my discard pile. I am now going to exhaust Feral, deal a damage to take 2 off the main, I guess.
All right. Brings it down to 9.
And then the villain takes 1 damage.
Down to 7.
Okay. Let us spend Jackpot to get a Mockingbird out. So the villain is stunned.
Beautiful.
I am now going to exhaust Pip the Troll to put the Domino or Posse card from my discard pile on the top of my deck. I'm going to choose to do Jackpot onto the top of my deck. I'm going to flip myself up. Shall we just work on thwarting then?
Yeah, I mean that I wouldn't bother too much with established perimeter. I just put it out there to increase my victory.
So I'm going to spend 2 for Right Place, Right Time, which is remove 3 threat and then discard the top card of your deck. And move 1 additional threat from there. So, hey, look, it's a 3. So 6 threat off the main.
Just a casual 6, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tuck this under Painted Lady again. Let's see here. I'm going to attack with a pistol, so I get to discard 2 cards and do damage equal to this. So 2, 3. And I don't take any retaliate because it's ranged.
Oh, so you did 3 damage? Okay.
Yep.
Down to 4.
Doesn't make sense for me to try to attack with Domino because I likely, well, actually I suppose I could because this isn't a forced interrupt. So yeah, I'll just, oh no, that would be retaliate. Do I care that much?
1 damage,
No,
retaliate.
I'll swing, take the retaliate, and I'll take 2 damage. I'm not going to proc my probability field, so I don't push him.
Okay, down
And
to 2.
then Mockingbird will thwart 1 off of the main.
Okay, down to 2 on the main. All right, so I guess we ready up. All right, so basically we're getting there, guys. We just have to kill Kim and then kill the next lackey that shows up.
I'm getting an encounter card, sir.
Extra encounter card for late night.
I can say we've done a great job at handling all of the minions.
Yeah, they've kind of evaporated quite quickly. All right, goes to 6 on the main. Player 1 is going to be Late Night Gaming. You're in hero. He's stunned. And then he's going to come at me, bro. And I will defend with Cable.
Okay, but stop him for 1.
Oh. Okay. Brings him down to 1. So Cable's going to defend. Here's the boost. I'm going to give him his +4 attack. So that's 6 with a boost. Whoa, triple, but it's under fire. 7, 8, 9 -3, so I take 6.
Ouch.
That was a big hit.
I'm gonna proc Grey Malkin for Ascani's Son to remove 3. I guess I'll do it on the main. Yep. Okay, and then who's next up?
Me.
It's gonna be you.
And Mockingbird's gonna jump in front of this one. So
Alright.
give him the +4.
+4. If you control Morlock ally, choose either deal 1 damage to it or
I
spend.
can target acquired that.
Otherwise,
I would
just
save it
spend a
for
resource.
overkill though. I think
Yeah.
overkill's more scarier.
I'm
Okay.
fine spending a resource.
Okay, so you spend a resource. Mockingbird's gone. Then we go into encounter phase. So 2 for a late night, 1 for me, and 1 for Night of the Living card game. All right, late night. Here you go. You get your favorite dude again, Vanisher. There goes your X-Jet again.
Better you than me.
That surges into Seek the Weak. The villain attacks you. If there is at least 1 villain under routed, this attack gains overkill. So it's overkill.
Here's my tough Morlock.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Warlock is gonna. Well, Warlock gets targeted, and here you go. Yep. So Warlock takes it all. And what's your highest cost card? Rogue. So yeah, that would have been a lot of damage. Okay. Your next card is
My highest cost card. When that dude came out, is it support and upgrade, or is it
return
your
the
highest
support
cost card?
control with the highest cost.
support?
Yeah,
Okay.
support. Yeah. So you get a cut off guard late night. So you can, I guess, target acquire. I guess.
Yeah.
All right, and then I get Blustered by Wrath. So we do have someone under routed. So we're gonna have to pay a little bit, exhaust, and pay some +1/+1 scheme and attack, and then Night of the Living card game. You're gonna get Seek the Weak. So villain attacks you, and he gains overkill.
Isn't he in Alter?
No, I'm in hero.
And you don't have. Oh, you do have tough on your Warlock.
Yeah, but I want to keep that tough. I'll just defend.
Your highest cost is 4, right?
Yep.
So 3.
And I'm defending for 4.
Okay, you're defending for 4, but he's hitting you for
Yeah, 6.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with boost. 7 with boost.
7 with boost. That's fine.
Okay. 0 boost. Okay, so
Okay.
you defend for 5,
Let's
6,
defend
7,
for-
3 damage.
4. Yep.
Okay. That was the old encounter cards. Okay, so player 1 goes to me. I am gonna pop off here with a Death Focus, and
I'm just gonna charge the card while you're doing that.
sure.
Do you want me to take care of that attachment? Because I can easily do it.
Yeah. You want to do a play action?
Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter because if we rock him, if we kill him this turn, the attachment goes away.
Right.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do Death Focus plus a resource to do my Mind Scan, which right now is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna target Established Perimeter. That's gonna go into the Victory, and our identities all get toughs.
Oh, cool.
I ready. I also do mission leader. Everyone draw 1 card.
Okay.
Gray Malkin readies. I am going to pay a resource to put inspired onto Deadpool. Deadpool's gearing up here. Then I'm going to just seeing what I got here. Okay, we're gonna spend a power with Gray Malkin to do plasma rifle. Oh, he's at 1 health. Okay, so we ready to flip him, guys?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Sure. Yeah, I got an angel. I can throw it in attack.
Okay, EVA will do 1 damage. Which, oh, can we get rid of the attachment first, though?
Why?
that. The attachment goes away when the villain's defeated.
Oh, okay. So 1 damage with EVA. So we got 2 underrouted. The villain gains retaliate 1 for each card under here. So retaliate 2, I guess.
Yep.
And we get the final one is Chimera. 14 times 3. What is that? 42? Or 8, 9. Oh, yeah, okay. So I just gotta pump her health up here. Do you guys want to read her force interrupt for me?
Sure. So, force interrupt: when Chimera attacks you or an ally you control, choose to either spend 2 mental resources, or Chimera gets +2 attack for this attack.
That seems a little bit better than the other guy. Like for us. But she has more health though. Okay. She comes
Drop
in
the
hot.
attachment.
She's going to attack player 1, which is me. I'm going to defend. I'll give her the +2 attack. And here's the boost card. It's a triple, but I have tough, so my tough gets taken out. And I can also spend a power. Oh wait, no, I want to use my power for a plasma rifle. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. So, actually, you know what? I will. Yeah, I'll spend a power to remove with my sun upgrade to remove 3 on the main. Okay. The next person in line is Night of the Living Card Game. Do you want to
Give him +2.
Do you want to? Do you
this
want to
is why
exhaust your Morlock and put hide back in the deck?
I will when it's
What do you want
my
to do?
turn.
+2 attack with boost.
Yep, +2 attack with boost. The Morlock's just going to take it because this is why I kept the tough card.
All right. Morlock takes the damage with tough. And then Late Night Gaming. How do you want to?
Angel's defending this one.
Defending and give her +2 attack. Okay. All right. Boost is double. So, yeah. That's 6 Angel takes. Okay.
Good job, Angel.
Then I will do Psychic Kicker. I do have the psionic trait because I took care of Technovirus Pert. So that's giving Deadpool. Oh, it readies an ally. Okay. So wait. So Deadpool's gonna swing for 4 with range. Takes a damage. He has a cap of 5 health. I will then do Psychic Kicker to ready him and give him +2 more attack. He'll swing again, take a consequential, and that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 with range, down to 32.
Wow.
And then, yeah, that's. Oh, and then I'll do Gray Malkin for plasma rifle to do 4 with range, down to 28. All right. and that I will pass it to the next player.
All right.
But I'll go to alter ego.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna swap the top card of my deck with another card.
Play action with Safe House while you're doing that to just heal 2.
Yep.
Remember, guys, campaign, we want to try to top off our health because that carries over.
Okay.
Daniel in chat says, "Wow, the display is incredible." I think he's talking about that. There's 3 of us playing Next Evolution.
Yes.
I am gonna spend 1 for Luck Be a Lady, so I get to discard the top card of my deck. It's a wild because I put a wild there, so I get to choose 2 options: either heal 2 damage from a character, remove 2 threat, and deal 2 damage to an enemy. Well, I think I'm gonna pop down this turn myself, so I'll just do 4 damage to the enemy.
4 damage to the enemy. Okay.
Yep.
Was that range or that's just a normal?
It's just dealing damage.
Oh, no attack traded. Okay, got it.
Yep.
You avoid the retaliate.
Yep. I'm gonna spend 2 to get Wolf's Bane in.
Okay.
But those are thwarting characters, so nothing for them to do now. Now I will shoot with Domino's pistol. It's a ranged attack. I get to discard 2. That's 4 more damage. I will shoot with the other pistol
Down to 20.
and do 2 damage.
Down to 18.
And then I'm going to flip down, and I'm going to use Safe House to heal up 2.
All right. Back to 10.
Yep. And that is my turn. I'm going to... Well, actually, I'm going to... You can go. I'm going to pip the pug a card back to the top of my deck.
Okay.
Yeah, focus out. Wolverine heals 1. Yay. Alrighty. Let's see. What am I gonna do? I think.
Do you think Gambit should stay out in Hero?
I mean, we've got 24 threat.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think they can get that much threat in one.
Oh, real quick, is Hyde in the encounter deck or in the discard pile?
Discard pile, yes.
Then I'm gonna exhaust my Morlock ally to shuffle it back into the deck.
Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot we can do that. All right, so yeah, Hyde will be shuffled back. Just gotta find it. Yep, there it is. So people are wondering, so Hyde is kind of a treachery that benefits the players a little bit. Well, yeah, it benefits the players basically.
Yes. So I'm going to spend 2 on a charged card to deal 4 damage to my minion.
Okay, dead.
Then I'll spend 2 on this charged card and give it +1 for ranged. So it'll be 5 damage to the villain.
Down to 13.
And then, yeah, retaliate 2, right? It's retaliate 2.
Yeah, but you ranged it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about. For my,
oh yeah. She has retaliate 2 right now.
Yeah, so my allies can't do much for that. So I think, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I guess we're gonna ready up, guys, and I guess next round is sort of the finishing round for us.
Well, it's a
was
thing too.
When you played this late night, was this scenario that breezy, like, or I guess we're just
no, when I played it with just Cable and Domino on standard with the
Precons.
starter decks, it was pretty much the same thing. Like you just
Kind
clear
of like a
it, like
cakewalk. Okay, I heard Juggernaut's hard though.
that's what I've heard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, going to we did the acceleration part. So she's gonna scheme on me with 2 with a boost card, and that's a double. So that puts another 4, goes to 8. We'll go to Night of the Living Card Game, and Alter Ego will scheme for 2 with the boost card. Triple. So that's 5. Whoa, she's picking up pace here. Late night.
Yes.
How do you want to resolve this? So attacking.
He's attacking. I'm going to defend
Okay.
I
With
got some allies.
and
that
knock
can
him
come
upside
try
with
to come in.
Gambit's staff for 1.
1 damage. Okay. Do you want to add the +2 attack? Or
Yes, go
pay
ahead.
2 genius? Okay, so 4 attack with a boost.
Yep.
Triple.
That's
So
fine.
5, 6, 7. You defend 3.
Yes, but
6,
I
5,
lose
4.
my tough.
Oh, you had
And
tough,
I
right?
Gambit's Guild Armor and ready.
Right, because that was from me when I did the side scheme. Okay, I totally
Yep.
forgot. Okay, cool. Now we go into encounter phase, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, let's do this. So starting with me, I get a minion. I get Harpoon. So he's just gonna float in here, and then we go for Night of the Living Card Game, Inhibitor Caller. So that's gonna blank your text box. And with
Yep.
a -1 attack, and then late night you get Hide. It surges, give 1 Morlock ally a tough status card. Surges into a side scheme, Mutant Slavers. Each Marauder minion gains Quick Strike. Place 1 additional threat here for each character in play with 1 or more of the following traits. Mutant X-Force, X-Factor, X-Men. So we have a lot of that. So
Let's do it.
I mean,
I've
yeah, count your play area. Mine is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 late night. I have 4. How many do you have? Night of Living Card Game.
Including myself 4.
Okay. So it's
That's
12.
12.
All right. So this comes in. So the Marauders have Quick Strike, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay. So my advice is this. Maybe I'd be the one that finishes him off just so I can heal to full. But you guys can kind of, do a little bit of damage, or yeah.
Yeah. I'll do what I can. I'll work on taking your minion out as well, so. Okay. So first things first, I am going to exhaust my Morlock ally to get rid of the Inhibitor Collar.
Okay.
Can I take care of your minion?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and
Just FYI, I have Telekinetic Blast, and that's doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
so I'll do Precision Strike with +3.
+3,
So that's going to be 5 damage to the minion,
and you heal.
and I get
2.
to heal 2, which puts me full.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. I grabbed Jackpot. I'm going to use a safe house to grab a card since I'm already over my starting hit points.
Right there.
I'll spend Jackpot to get Ironheart out. At this point, I'm just...
Do you guys know? Do we get any additional victory stuff for like making the bane down to 0 or anything like that?
I don't think so.
No, not as far as I know.
I'm gonna check the booklet real quick, but yeah, keep going.
Okay. Let's...
Yeah, there's no extra points for that. It just cares about how many Morlock allies are left in play, and record the number of Marauders defeated under routed. And it about the campaign player campaign environment card in play, which we got that in play.
Okay. So I'll spend 2 to do right place, right time, discard the top card, so I take 5 or 6 threat off of, I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah. It's okay. Off the main.
Yeah. I'll do right place, right time again to deal 3, 4 more off it. I will thwart for 1, 2 off it. Feral will thwart 2 more off it.
All right.
And
The main's at 0.
deal 2 damage to Chimera, and I get an encounter card.
Yeah.
Wolfsbane will. We'll. The heck with it. We'll take 3 off the other one because.
Why not?
Point, letting you finish it off.
This is just a victory lap right now.
Let's see, Wolfsbane. I'll say event. So that is right.
And that's domino right there. Everything's going into your luck.
I'll shoot one of my pistols at least for 3 damage. Whatever, because I can't do 7 damage. I'll shoot with the other one for 2 damage. Alright, that's it, finally.
Alright, don't kill her.
Got it. I'm not going to. Oh, Rogue Thwart 2.
Okay.
I will, Wolverine heals 1. I'll have, sure, I'll, Gambit will not thwart, he'll lose his confused. Because why not? And Wolverine will lose his confused. There, nobody's confused anymore. Yay. It was completely unnecessary, I know. I'll flip down, and I'll draw a card with the safe house. Oh, that's awesome. I'll spend 3, put out Professor X, who will ready Rogue. Professor X will thwart 3, and Rogue will thwart 2. And discard that. Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna exhaust to heal. I go to full. Go to 12. I will then Professor X just draw a card. Use Safe House, draw another card. Flip over. I'm gonna use Death Focus plus my gray to do a mind scan, which will annihilate this, which mission leader will draw everybody a card. And I'm ready. And then I am going to just do a big, huge power plus another power. Telekinetic blast. So,
otherwise, I could ask for an action to. I have damage in my hand now to take him out.
we all have. Anyways, yeah, it's the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage. Just blows her up. Boom. And that's the 3. So
that was awesome, guys.
Yeah, so we completed that. I guess we could talk a little bit about the first scenario. So that was my first time playing it. I was glad I got to play it with you guys, and I will say I did enjoy sort of this new kind of mechanism where you have to decide: do I add more attack power, or do I let the villain do some other nefarious thing like discard one of my supports or confuse me or stun me? That was interesting because I don't think we have sort of seen that type of, like, we've seen glimmers of that type of mechanic here and there, but not like a full blown scenario of like everyone sort of doing this mechanic. There was a lot of
choosing what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I noticed there was a lot of retaliate, which is interesting. I mean, again, we've had retaliate sort of here and there in Marvel Champions, but this seemed to be a little bit more consistent, which was interesting. It definitely I felt helps those heroes that have the built-in range, or if you have a toolkit that can kind of get range, it's nice. So Cable is one of those heroes. Gambit has a little bit of it, and then of course Domino. So all three of our heroes had ways to kind of get around retaliate, which was kind of cool.
Circumvented.
Yeah, I bet that's part of. I mean, Domino and Cable are the two that came with the box, and they both conveniently have range. So
yeah. I think I think it was kind of a cakewalk. Now, I think there were some dud cards. I think for the encounter card, like there was that card that they just got a tough, and then you would add like 1 or 2 to the main, depending on how many villains are in the routed area. Which I thought that was kind of a really weak card. And the encounter set got that card a lot. I think we, like, almost every round we got that card. So I think that was kind of like it was like a negative tempo for the villain. Like, it helped us every time we got that treachery card. It, like, because we don't, like, honestly, we don't really care too much about a tough on the villain.
right.
So I think that made the scenario a little bit easier, in my opinion. I'm not saying just that one card, but that treachery definitely slowed the villain down a lot, as far as tempo goes. But how did you guys feel about the scenario? Did you like the mechanics, or were there things that you thought could be a little bit better?
No, I mean, personally, I liked it. I mean, yeah, it's a little on the easier side, but it's also the first scenario in the campaign box.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was gonna say.
You know, it's got different mechanics. You know, it's borrowing a little bit from, what is it, the mansion attack, with the one villain at a time and random the next ones. But the whole, you know, it's going after your allies, so you have to figure out ways to block for it.
Yeah. And like, I found there was a couple rounds where I got hit pretty hard, because my deck doesn't really have chump blockers. Like, my allies kind of want to stay and do stuff. So I was kind of like, there was a lot of times where I was kind of like, you know, blocking, and I was taking a lot of damage. Whereas I think your deck, Night of the Living card game, you had more flexible chump blockers. Like, a lot of your allies, you didn't really care if they kind of left the play area. But I noticed the scenario had a couple overkills, which did proc on us a couple times. So, but
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I don't think there was ever like a period in the game where oh crap, like it hit the fan for us. I think it was we got out to a really strong start, and we never kind of looked back. It was just like, and then every time we had minions out, Late Night Gaming would just take them out, which is kind of what he does with Aggression Gambit. Like,
I think we definitely came with an A game as far as our decks were built. Also,
I
that
think
plays into it as well. Like, if you don't come with a good deck, especially with playing in expert villains,
I
They
think,
do hit
yeah,
like trucks.
I think
So
if you did this in standard 2, I think this would be probably a lot more harder. Just for the fact because you have more overkill and possible more activations. Um,
yeah.
and so a little bit more tempo there for this villain set. But that being said, like it makes sense not to give us something crazy hard on the first scenario. I heard scenario 2 is a little harder though. So I guess we'll see
Yeah,
next
I
time
know
we
we're
Yeah,
get.
going up
and I
against
believe
the Morlocks
yeah,
again.
you bring out the Marauders again for scenario 2.
And this is the first time I've done player side schemes. And again,
That was fun.
yeah, and I guess for me, because there wasn't a lot of tempo like on the villain side, it made it very easy just to knock off all these player side schemes because
Mhm.
you can see all these that we have in there.
I think honestly, this was a very good introductory scenario for players who are just starting into the game and they're getting into this new concept of player side schemes. This scenario does a really good job at just kind of easing you into like how this plays out, what you want to concentrate on, and um, like how everything works. And I think the campaign is going to get progressively
Yeah,
harder
it's kind of
with each scenario.
like Sandman. Sandman's pretty cookie cutter, straightforward. Like he's kind of one dimensional. Like he does this indirect big damage, but very low thorder, and then you got the sand counters.
Yeah.
Not super. It's a it's fairly, if you know how to work your way around Sandman, he's fairly easy. But yeah, I guess with this scenario, I wonder if this scenario is harder in single player or easier in multiplayer or the same.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
it's
not sure.
easier in
I
multiplayer.
want to say I feel like it's going to be the same. I don't think it's going to change drastically.
The only reason why
Because
I would say it's easier in multiplayer is because we can rely on each other a little bit more. Like if you're
Yeah.
playing single player, you might get a busted hand. Like I think you had Night of the Living card game. You had one hand where you just had a bunch of resources.
Right. Yeah, I think solo, as solo is in general, it's just this one is going to be a little bit more swingy. Almost in some ways maybe a little bit like Rhino, where it's like, okay, in solo he's still pretty easy, but you get that wrong advance at the wrong time, and well, there's the game.
Yeah, and
I could see
I
that.
think in retrospect, I think we all played pretty well. Like I don't think we made any major mistakes except for that one blunder about the amplification. But we gave you a get out of jail card on that one. That was fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, no, but I would just say I like this. For me, I'm really interested in the mechanics, and this one was interesting because I definitely felt Tony's hand on this one because if you guys remember playing Mojo's pack, Tony really likes to do a lot of mechanics. Like if you look at all his villains he's done, they're very mechanical. Like or they have like a sort of a premise, like whether it be the champion guy that you always have to like try not to take damage, and he's doing other mechanical stuff, and then you got Spiral. So this one felt a lot like Tony's signature, like where, but like you said, this was more like Mansion Attack where they're bouncing around. I like that when the new villain comes, they come out hot. So because it made us a couple times be like, well, so and so is all exhausted over there. Let's kind of wait till the fresh turn and then we'll flip them. So that was interesting because a lot of times when you play scenarios, they don't have that mechanic, and you don't really care. But like there was times where we're like, okay, let's do the flip on a fresh turn.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Or
how the other
smack him
ones
with the
go.
staff. Do it now.
Yeah, that was funny. You kind of zapped him with the staff. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll be interested to see in the future ones because I've heard before, not So I did an OP event at a local game store yesterday with some people, and we did this first scenario. And a couple of the people were more casual players. Is they noted that there were a lot of things to keep track of in this game, and
I agree with you, and I think that's where you could say that's Tony's double-edged sword, is that because
right.
he's very like, far as the developer goes, he's very um deep into his mechanics, right? And that is the other negative part. Like for a new player, that can be overwhelming, right? Because you're like, I gotta keep. It wasn't for us because we all of us have sort of played quite a bit. So we
Mhm.
once we got the flow of like how things are mechanically aligned, we were pretty good the whole game. Um, but yeah, I agree. I if I brought my son, who I'm trying to get him to learn the game, I would not play this scenario, even though it wasn't
Mhm.
super hard. It's just that there's so many things that keep track of this, keep track of that. Okay, are you you got to do the force interrupt now? What do you? So, like you said, I guess, yeah, if you're trying to teach someone the game, this is probably, well, you're probably going to Rhino, um, but yeah, I guess that's the other part where you could say that, if you're not a fan of like mechanical stuff, then you're probably not a fan of Tony then. Because Caleb, I think, is less. He's not as crazy into the mechanics as much as Tony is.
Yeah, and the mechanics aren't bad, but I could see where it would definitely could be a turnoff to newer players or less experienced players of just keeping track of things, and
Hmm.
God forbid you get halfway through the scenario and go, oh crap, completely forgot I was supposed to, I took down two of the villains and they were supposed to activate, and that screwed everything up, or I forgot to give them the +2 attack and that would have changed everything. And
Well, you know what I
That
think.
reminds me.
Well, you know what I think,
Uh,
guys. Yeah, just let me say one thing is that I think if you tie the theme very well to the mechanics of the game, it makes it easier to know what's going on. And
mhm.
I think when you don't really tie that theme very well to the mechanic part of the game, that's when players kind of forget things. Because at least when I'm playing these type of games, where if it's very themed to the mechanic, I tend not to forget it because I'm like, oh yeah, the explosion, or oh, this does this because of whatever's going on in the scenario. Um, but like collector one was a head scratcher because like your cards would like um, the minions that you killed would go into the collection. So
yeah,
it's like weird stuff like that where it didn't add up at all with the theme, but like you're
Yeah.
doing this weird mechanical thing in the scenario, but there's no theme connection there. But what were you gonna say, late night?
You gotta write down the 3 marauders we defeated.
Right. Yeah, I'll make sure
Make note of
I
that.
put that in. It's Chimera, Gray Crow, and Arclight. So,
and I
anyways,
need to and we got all the Morlocks, so
got all
we
the
received all the
Morlocks.
Morlocks,
Yeah.
so that'll help us next game. And
Do you guys? I wanted to ask you. So we saw Domino, we saw Cable, and I mean Gambit as well, but mainly Domino and Cable. Um, Although this scenario didn't really, I don't feel like it pushed us to our limits. Like, I think it. But that being said, how, I thought Domino looked really strong this game. Like you were able to manipulate your jackpot constantly, do these big, huge thwart turns or damage turns. And it didn't take
yeah,
you a long time to set up either. I felt like you were set up pretty quickly.
yeah, I think she's got a lot of moving pieces, so there's definitely some brain power requirements on it. Not to say you got to be smart, but just like if you're at the end of the day or late at night or something, this could be a brain burner on there. The other thing that I could see happening is, I don't know how often, if either of you guys play Arkham Horror.
Hmm.
but there are certain decks, there are certain things you can do where somebody can take like a 15-minute turn doing tons of things, and then by the end of it you go, did you actually advance the win condition at all? No. Okay. Of just doing all these things where I could see where it's like, okay, I did, 87 different things and I took 10 minutes on my turn. What did you accomplish? I did like 3 damage and took off like 4 threat.
So, Night of Living card game, you're basically saying it feels like a lot of micromanagement at times when you're playing with dominoes, because you have to remember
Yeah,
certain cards, and you're flipping back, you're putting cards in the discard and then back into your deck and stuff like that.
right. And some of it I think is you'll just have to be careful not to get too caught up in like her abilities, like jackpot. Like in the last turn there, I had thought about it, and with everything that I had out, I could have spent jackpot 4 times on my turn.
I
It
saw
just
that
would,
too.
And that would have
and it's just like,
that could have translated into just raw damage.
no, they were just getting cards out and doing other things, and it's just, but would it have, you know, it's one of those things you got to think of like, okay, I could do that, but is that actually going to help anything right now, or is this just kind of spinning your wheels and doing things to do things?
Right.
Yep. She is a ton of fun though. Like
Yeah,
she can do a lot of things that you need doing just to actually get through. Um like, oh, okay, you got to take care of this minion, but nobody has anything to do that with. Well, then she does like, oh, well, I'll do my guns, but I just got rid of my jackpot, so there's 3 damage from that, and
right.
then I'm using sharpshooters. Now there's another 2 damage on top of it, and that kind of
Right.
thing. So,
She seems like a brilliant jack of all trades, master of none. She's not going to do like a 12 damage attack.
right.
You know, but she's going to be able to like, okay, I can do like 3 4 damage once or twice, and oh, I can take 3 or 4 threat off of here, and a bunch of other little things to help the team out.
And take barely any damage the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like she can go the whole game and take like 3 damage the whole time. Like her luck thing is just insane.
Mhm.
And I know we haven't really played with these heroes a whole ton, but just so far playing with her, uh, would you put her in the S tier category, or maybe A tier, or even uh, I mean,
Power wise,
not that you have
no.
to put your stamp on it, but like,
Yeah.
does she feel like one of those A S tier heroes right off the bat, kind of?
For power wise, no. I would probably just first blush, I would probably maybe put it at a B power, just because she can do a lot, but she can do many different things, but she can't do a lot of one or two things.
Okay, so right, so she
Fun
can't.
wise,
She's a lot of fun.
yeah, she's a lot of fun, and it's an interesting puzzle to crack of like, okay, how am I going to do these things, and what card do I need to put on? Because if I discard this, I get this benefit, but oh, maybe I want to actually put this multi-resource one on there because I need to do more damage or more threat, that sort of thing. So fun-wise, I could see her easily being like a tier, but power-wise, I mean, again, I've only really played her in Justice so far, so I don't have a ton of experience, but I don't see her pushing S tier or honestly even A tier with power at this point.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I know Josh from Get Up and Game. He his prediction videos and that he seemed to gush over Domino, like meaning that he really like. I mean, I haven't talked to him yet, but like I know he's got her up there like pretty high on power. I need to talk to him to see if he thinks if she is an S tier hero. How did you guys think Cable did? I know I was the one playing Cable, but did you feel Cable was too OP this game, or was he just cruising just like any other hero in the game?
I think he just needs some time to build, and once he's built, he can just run the game. Um,
Yeah.
he's definitely and paired alongside Domino, who's doing all the little things all around. Between the two of them, like it was a very, very good decision to put them together and put them the way they did with this box.
So,
Cable is
sorry,
he can run it.
keep going, late night. I just want to say, Team Martin chat said, highly disagree. Every time I played her, her power seems off the chain. Um, yeah, I mean, all I will say this, I'm not going to put any stamp on, what I think her power level is, because I got to play her and I got to like run her through the gauntlets, because there might be some scenarios where the luck mechanic is just not working the way you think it's going to work when you're playing against a certain villain or modular. Um, but I will say this, based on what I saw Nate Light LCG, she definitely was carrying her own this game, and I definitely was impressed by just the raw, like when you were doing some of your combos and that it was really powerful. I just want to say one thing about Cable. Now, this was my first game with Cable. He reminds me, it's kind of a weird feeling, but at least in multiplayer, I get this kind of like feeling of Storm a bit, but not in the weather control stuff, but more of like he's like a support player size scheme hero that gets extremely strong late game if he can knock off a lot of victory ones. So for me, like you said, I agree with you. He feels very sluggish, slow at the start, but he is constantly like helping all you guys like get supports out, get benefits. Because his thing is he's going to try to focus off those size schemes, those player size schemes, because he wants that free ready. But that's also helping your team in multiplayer. So I think he feels kind of like Storm a bit, like far as helping the other players, but in a different way. Not like obviously Storm is way different than him, but what's weird is when you get him sort of built out, I mean, his cards are just going through the roof. Like whether it be thwarting or blasting, he has good utility with his plasma rifle. And you can build them a little bit different. I just did Journeyman's deck because I didn't have enough time to really play test and deck build. But even his deck that he constructed, I thought was pretty cool. I think I would change a couple different cards though in this deck. Maybe get because I didn't really have a good defense. Like I don't want to block with a lot of these allies, so I maybe put that event card that gives me a tough on an ally. That way I could just proc it on him, and then I have a way to kind of eat an activation from the villain. But that being said, Cable can defend and then use his Ascani Sun ability and do thwart. And then if he's able to proc it and hit a side scheme off in the villain phase, he can ready. And that's what I love about this game. Like you see all these little tiny interactions and I love deck building. I don't know about you guys, but that's another part of the game. I just love to kind of sit there and just think of like, okay, could I possibly do this in this aspect with this hero? But
I'll be interested to see with Cable, because I heard some people talk about it and I can see it, that they had concerns that Cable was going to be super powerful but boring, in that most of his decks would end up looking the same. Whereas just bring in the player side schemes, clear them out, and then he becomes so powerful.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think for me,
decks become same.
Yeah. I think the player size scheme is stick, and it's similar to Storm with like all her weather field supports. You just look at it like that. Like Storm comes in already pre-built with these things that can reduce damage, give more attack power. So just think of him same way, but in player size games, right? But yeah, I don't think all Cable decks are going to be the same because I've already my brain's going in all different directions with him. I think leadership is definitely really nice with him because of mission leader. I think that's a great, especially in multiplayer, because you guys benefited from that a lot.
Oh yeah.
When I was
Mhm.
talking that. But yeah, I just figured we have a small discussion because this game, this expansion is quite new to us. These heroes are new to us, and I think people are interested from you guys to hear what your take is on Cable, Domino, because they're sort of new heroes. I don't think Cable's broken because, like I said, he needs time to set up.
Yep.
But
That's your trade-off.
I do think he becomes a powerhouse late game. So he's one of those very rare heroes that we have that really amplifies in the late game. But again, he can get his shadow and his obligations are pretty bad. So there's a balancing thing there that I think they did that is fair, and I think I'm not gonna rank him in power level yet, but I do like him. I love Storm. Like I'm a huge Storm. I love that she's very multiplayer oriented, and I feel like Cable's the same way, but in a different way. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll be interested to see as we go on through this
Oh yeah, I mean
how my opinion of Domino changes.
and also I know we're kind of flexing our chests right now because we perfect this scenario, but I can tell you, as we go deeper into the campaign, it's not going to be a cakewalk. We're gonna be sweating. We got to get those sweatbands activated. But yeah, so we're gonna sign off here. I will put a link in the description for Night of the Living Card Game, who has an awesome channel. He's a newer content creator. Please go to his channel, watch his videos, like them, comment. I really appreciate that when you guys go, the viewers from my channel go to the other channels because that helps us all. And also, if you did enjoy us getting together and playing this multiplayer game, let us know in the comments, likes. I want to give a shout out to Late Night Gaming. So again, another awesome content creator, and we all do let's plays and other things. So go to his channel. There'll be a link in the description for him as well. And Late Night, I know you do special Monday streams as well. Do you want to give us a little teaser of what's to come on Monday?
Yeah, Monday Night Marvel. That's tomorrow night. We kick it off at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's me and Steel Hull, who is the creator of the Awesome campaign.
Nice.
And he's going to be using Cable, and I will be using Domino. We're using the standard starter decks on expert difficulty for this scenario to kick off the campaign.
Yeah, that I was gonna say the guy that made the Awesome campaign, that guy, he should get a job with Fantasy Flight.
I haven't gotten to play it. We did play one of the scenarios of it though, and it was really hard. I was like, "Wow, this is crazy."
Yeah,
That's the only time I've had fun playing Ronin.
Oh yeah, I know, Ronin, the big baddie. Well, guys, I really want to just thank you for taking the time. I know this one was kind of a long stream, but thank you for your time, and I will look forward to us coming back again when we're all available to do the next scenario. And again, please go to their channels, please like and subscribe, and tell them how awesome you like their content. That being said, thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time. And peace out. Have a good night, everybody.